Hey guys, Tim here, RageLag Gaming. Today I'm going to be doing a pickups video. Now, I didn't do one in March, so I want to correct that, do my March and April one combined. So because of that, there is quite a few games to get through, and I also want to cover my new gaming shelving that I bought. So I'll cover that at the end, so stick around for that. I'll get straight into it because there is quite a bit to get through, being 2 months worth. So first cab off the rank is actually a controller, and that's the Brawler 64 from Retro Fighters. I've been wanting to get this for a long time. I ended up picking it up on sale at the Gamesman. Fantastic controller, really comfortable, really easy to use. For certain games though, I found when I was playing Tony Hawk's 1 and 2, I'd want to go back to the original 64 controller. But for games like the Zelda games, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, games like Mario 64, this is a controller to have. Much more modern design and much more user friendly, I think. Now the next item is actually a game that I picked up from Cash Converters about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Went in there, wasn't sure what I'd find, and I ended up getting a little gem in the DVD section of all places that I don't think they realised it was a game. They probably thought it was a DVD, and that's the special edition of Limbo for PC. Now this has inside of it the disc and some cool artwork pieces. So I'll open up for you quickly, but it's got like some postcards of some of the artwork inside. It's got a Steam code and a disc. So I thought that was really cool. I ended up getting this for $2 at Cash Converters in the DVD section. So yeah, bit of a strange find, that one. Wasn't expecting that. I have played Limbo on the Xbox One, and yeah, I thought it was a fantastic game. Only 3-4 hours long. Yeah, really great game. The next two were eBay pickups. Now, this game I did own back in the day, a PlayStation 2 game, and that's SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Now, this was a game based around the time I was watching wrestling. This was around the draft where Raw and SmackDown split. Really great game. I had lots and lots of fun with this with my brothers, so I wanted to get this one back in the collection. But I did play this game a lot. I thought the stories were really cool in this, and what you could do with the draft and all those sorts of things. So I had a lot of fun, and I wanted to get this back in my collection. I have played this since I bought it. I put a couple of hours into it, but yeah, it brought back lots of memories. Really cool game. And just on the, I was in a bit of a wrestling mood, so I went onto, I guess, some of the review sites and tried to find out what was some of the better wrestling games. And a lot of people suggested to get 2K14. Apparently this is one of the better wrestling games out there before they started going downhill. If anyone's played it, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be definitely giving this a whirl shortly. The next one, I think I got this from, where did I get this from? Oz Game Shop. On sale, Ace Combat 7, Skies Unknown. I've played about 5 missions. I believe there's close to 20. I'm really enjoying it. The story, it has a bit of a surprising story that I'm enjoying unfold. The gameplay is great. I think Bandai Namco have done a great job with this one, and I look forward to finishing this one off. Next one is actually a Sega Master System game, Basketball Nightmare. Now, I love this as a kid. I think I've mentioned in previous videos that I rented this quite a lot. I never owned the game, but I remember repeatedly hiring this game. So look forward to getting back into that one. And I believe this is from memory. Yeah, it's got the booklet and the nice looking cartridge there. So it's in reasonable condition. This was another eBay pickup. Now the next one is actually an Xbox One game that I played through Game Pass, and that's Ori and the Will of the Wisp. This is the collector's edition. I was really stoked to be able to pick this up. I haven't actually opened this one just because I downloaded it through Game Pass, but this comes with a fantastic art book, soundtrack, and a few other goodies. So if you want to see an unboxing of this, I highly suggest Ken's Game Collection. He's got a fantastic video on this. Fantastic game. I haven't finished it, but I have played quite a lot of it. I love the original, and I think they've done a really good job with this one. This is actually a game I'd really like Haley to get play, my wife. I think she'd love it, so I'm going to get her onto it at some point. Now the next game I actually saw for the first time on Wartrain Wins channel. Jeremy over there in the US showed some gameplay footage. He picked this game up from Limited Run. I hadn't heard of it before, but I was watching his gameplay and I thought it looked really, really good. The game I'm talking about is River City Girls. Now, River City Girls is a side-scrolling beat-em-up style game similar to, I guess, Streets of Rage. Really, really good game. So what I'm going to do, I've decided I'm going to do a bit of a showcase on this game on the channel as my next video. So I won't show too much of it here or talk about it too much. But from a pickups perspective, I did end up getting a physical version, the Japanese version from PlayAsia. I did scout around here trying to get it, but it was insanely expensive. And when I say insanely expensive, I'm talking about $250 Australian. Trying to get it off eBay PlayAsia, which was a much more reasonable price. You can get it digitally, of course. I think it's about $40, but I was trying to get that physical, and I'm glad I did. So yeah, watch out for the video on River City Girls coming up on my channel. The next game I picked up off Oz Game Shop on sale, and I thought I'd take a bit of a punt on it. I looked into it a little bit and thought it looked interesting enough. And that was Dead or School. Spit it out, Timbo. So it's a hack and slash action RPG. Essentially, you're going through the subway system underground because I guess the zombies live above, and you're hacking and slashing your way through the subway system to try and get to the surface. It's not a great game. You know, we talk about games holding your hand. This explains the obvious. I don't like the viewing aspect of this game. The combat's a bit sluggish. It's not a great game, but you know, you win some, you lose some. With these sorts of titles, it's you know, there are some fantastic indie titles I believe on the Switch. So I'm not going to bag them all out, but every now and again you do get a bit of a dud, and I thought that one was a dud. The next one is Raging Loop. Now this is a visual novel. It's my very first visual novel of any kind. I'd heard Ken from Ken's Game Collection speak about visual novels, and I thought I'd give one a go. This one was half price at the time. I think it's gone back up now. But you know what? It's not too bad. I don't know if I'd call them games. They really are like reading an ebook or something like that. But this one's okay. I'm not going to say I've played. I've read probably 3 or 4 hours now. And you sort of make choices throughout the, I guess, story, and it branches off into different avenues. So there'd be lots of replayability or rereadability, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, interesting. I don't know if I'd get in the habit of picking up visual novels based on this, but it's something I wanted to give a go, and I'm not prepared to bag things out without, you know, trying them out myself. So Raging Loop, if you like visual novels, yeah, this is a pretty good one in my experience, but again, I haven't played a whole heap, so don't take my word for it too much on visual novels. Next one was a completely unexpected purchase, a bit of a strange one. I've posted quite a bit about this on Twitter, and I had some store credit. The story here is I had some store credit at EB Games. I went into the shopping centre to actually go and get a haircut at the time, and it was shut because this COVID stuff had just started rolling out with closing of businesses and that sort of thing. But while I was there, I thought, bugger it, I'll go up to EB Games and see what's going on up there. I've got this bit of store credit, and it just so happened to be the release day of Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing, and I thought, okay, maybe I'll pick up Doom Eternal. I got up there and there was this huge line. I thought, okay, this is a bit weird. Like, you know, you usually get a bit of a line on release day for things, but this line was ridiculous. And I thought, okay, you know what, I've got time to kill, I'll line up, no problems. And I thought I'd get Doom Eternal. Halfway through the line, I don't know, something in me changed. Everyone in the line, I would say 90% of the people were there for Animal Crossing. The hype, you could just tell that there was a bit of, you know, that buzz in the air. Everyone was getting really excited for Animal Crossing, and something, I guess, in my mind switched at the last minute, and I ended up getting Animal Crossing. I thought, okay, well, I'll pick this up. I've got the store credit. I'll play a couple of hours. If I don't like it, I'll give it to my daughter. I'm sure she'd love it. I've played a lot of this game, like a lot. Took me by surprise. Massively addictive. Um, it's sort of like, I guess it's a cross between, and the odd thing is, it's a cross between, I would say The Sims and Stardew Valley. The funny thing is, I didn't like either of those games, but for some reason I like this. Sort of like a camping simulator. Um, so, some people are sort of commenting out in the community, is this a kid's game? Why would grown adults be playing this? Well, at the end of the day, like, I have no issues playing a game like this. We're all grown-ass men sitting down on the couch with a controller in our hands. Does it really matter if we're playing as a ninja or a cowboy in Red Dead Redemption, or we're simulating whatever it is on screen? Does it really, fuck, seriously? I have no problems playing with this. I don't know if they think that sort of might affect their masculinity or something. I'm not really sure, but um, fair enough if you don't like the game itself, but I don't know if you sort of label these games and other games, some games like, I don't know, Pokemon or The Sims or whatever it is, as kids games. Um, Maybe I am a kid, I don't know. But Animal Crossing, I liked it. I'm sort of burnt out by it now, so I've pretty much shelved it. But yeah, and my daughter is now flogging it as well, so there's that. And just a few items here to go before I get into my shelving, I guess. Now the next one is actually a PlayStation 4 game. I've already covered it on my channel a couple of videos ago. I did my thoughts on Final Fantasy VII. I have beat this game. Fantastic game. In this special edition you get a steelbook, an art book, a soundtrack, and some DLC. One thing I did forget to mention in that video was a minor thing, but the cinematics in this game were fantastic. They had this really cool way of, with the boss fights especially, you'd be fighting and then all of a sudden stop, go to this cutscene and then go back, but it would sort of interchange throughout the fight, and sometimes when games do that, it's a little bit off-putting, a little bit jarring, but these guys nailed it. The cinematics in this game were fantastic. Yeah, so my other thoughts, if you want to check it out, is in that video. And the last item I'll show here is actually just some more Joy-Cons, because Animal Crossing flogged my Joy-Cons. I was getting bad drift, and in that game you hold B into sprint, and all of a sudden that wasn't registering properly either. So I'm pretty lucky. This is only my first set that I've had to buy since buying the console probably 18 months ago. I know a lot of people are on their like third and fourth sets. One of those things with the Switch, has its faults, that's for sure, but it's a great system. So got the purple and orange ones. Yeah, so that concludes the general pickups, I guess, guys, and now we'll go over and have a look at this shelving. So this is the IKEA shelving that I got. It's actually three separate units that I've put together to fit the space. I've screwed them together at the top and then bolted them to the wall. It houses all my games, some of the kids' DVDs, controllers, all bits and pieces you can see there. I've cut out the back of the central unit there to put the Sega Master System and the Nintendo 64. So it all wires in behind the CRT TV. So I'm really happy with the way it fits. All the shelving's removable and adjustable. So yeah, I think it's worked out really well. Thanks guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, and I will get that River City Girls video up very soon. Thanks guys.